All right, everybody, how's it going? It is January 14th, 2019, and the divisional round games in the NFL have officially ended, and it is time for the NFL Conference Championship game. So we have a couple picks to make, as there's only two games, and so this video is going to be a little bit shorter than typical picks videos. But as a bonus, I'm going to show you guys my preseason picks that I made on September 2nd. To show you who I have in the conference championship games and what I predict the Super Bowl to be, and kind of what my, it's pretty far off, but I have two of the teams correct, and my main prediction still stands. So let's go ahead and jump into the the NFC Championship game, which is going to be played between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. The game will be Sunday, 3:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it will be played in New Orleans. And the line, of course, for this game is the Rams. The Saints are 3.5 point favorites, and the over/under is 57. I think they're going to go over that with the score. Obviously, in the last game, the Saints won 45-35 in New Orleans, and I think that the Rams will go ahead and get the upper hand against the Saints in this game, 31-28. And I think the game will come down to the following reasons. I think it will come down to how the Rams defense plays. And if they played as well as they did against the Cowboys, playing as a unit, controlling the line of scrimmage, stopping the run game, they will do very well. They're going to have to, it's the freelancing stuff. The Rams put it aside for the playoffs so far. Talib and Peters played a lot better than they did in the regular season. Sue and Donald were actually pretty good at holding Zeke to, 40 yards rushing after giving up 5.1 yards a carry in the regular season. I sort of predicted that that's what they were going to do and play better. They were playing faster, kind of like that Seattle kind of feel to their defense where they kind of can rush in and be fast, even though they might not be physically bigger than you. They are faster and they can play you better. They're a little bit more. They're a lot more talented than what you have. That's not to say the Saints haven't had a great defense the last half of the season. They have one of the better ones. They have 18 takeaways, so that's something to consider. To me, it's the Rams games. The Rams games to lose. They did very well on offense against the Cowboys. Their passing game wasn't working, so they ran for 270 yards against they held the league's best rushing defense to the league's best rushing offense to 70 yards. The Cowboys did it against the Seahawks, and then the Rams run for over 270 yards against them. So the Rams did what they had to do to win on offense. Goff wasn't throwing the ball particularly well, so they fucking ran the ball all over them. That's what you like to see in a playoff team. That's what you like to see in a team that is doing what they have to do to win. And their defense, their defense came to life and had a good game and made big stops when they had to and held the game down. I liked what I seen. They didn't freelance, played as a unit, and if they can do that against the Saints, I like their chances. Now on to the Saints. Breeze looked shaky at best in that game against the Eagles. He was missing people. He had, 2 touchdowns he missed by just overthrowing receivers or underthrowing. There was an interception that didn't happen that really probably should have, but a guy dropped it. I think it was Econom or something. I can't remember. I can't really say his name. He just dropped an interception. In the third quarter, they had a very long, clunky drive that took up 11 minutes. Um, they can't get the Eagles. The Eagles took a 14-0 lead, pretty dominating league. If the Rams take a lead like that and the Saints come out looking like they did against the Eagles to begin the game and get down 14-0, I don't think, because the way the Rams play football, the Saints can come back on a lead like that. Though they are home and they just did it, this is a different team with the Rams. They have very good very good defense, and they also have a running game that can just chew clock, eat time. They can hand it to Anderson. They can hand it to fucking Gurley. It's going to take the Saints to play very good, and they've been playing. They look sloppy in that game. They won on a fluky kind of play, which was just basically a tip ball off the hands of Alshon Jeffrey, and it fell into the hands of Lattimore. That was their big win. That was their big break. They took advantage. They won them the game, I guess, but do you really feel confident thinking that they're going to be able to do that again? Get another lucky break? I don't think so. They struggled against a bad Eagles secondary. The Rams have a good one. Peters and Talib won't miss the interceptions that the Eagles missed. The Rams have very good defensive front with Sue and Donald. That'll cause some problems for Drew Brees. I feel like for a lot of those reasons, this is the Saints game to lose and the Rams game to win. Rams are going to win about 31-28. I think they go over the over/under. Um, Saints obviously don't cover the spread because I think the Saints are going to lose. So 31-28 Rams win and advance to the Super Bowl. And they will take on who I think wins in the AFC Championship game. Excuse me. Needed a small drink there. We have the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the New England Patriots. The game will be Sunday at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The location will be in Kansas City. The weather is expected to be cold and potentially snowy. Didn't bring up the weather in New Orleans. It's in a dome. You should know that by now. The line for this game, the Chiefs are 3-point favorites, and the over/under is 57.5. I have that way under in this game, especially depending on the weather. If it looks like it did against the Colts, there's no way they're going anywhere near 50 points. The last game they played, the Patriots won 43-40 in Foxborough. We all remember that game. The Chiefs stormed back after they scored like 31 points in the second half. It was a good game. It was a fun game to watch. And then, of course, so my prediction for this game is the New England Patriots win 27-20 and advance to their third straight Super Bowl. And what is it, like 5 or 6 in like 8 years? It's an amazing run that the Patriots are on. This is their 8th straight AFC Championship game appearance. They are literally the underdogs in this game against an Andy Reid playoff team. I don't in a young quarterback, which Belichick typically dominates. That's another thing. So we'll jump into the reasons why I think what this will come down to. And again, this will come down to how the Chiefs defense plays. They played very well against the Colts, but it was a horrible weather game. The Colts are a dome team. So they looked really good against the team that doesn't play well, like doesn't play outside, doesn't deal with the weather. They're a dome team, and they dominated them. Yeah, okay, that's what you should do to a dome team when it's shitty weather. You're a shitty weather outside team. Okay. You will not have those same advantages with your defense. Again, like obviously the Colts weren't ready for the weather, and their defense took advantage of that. The Kansas City's did, and were able to kind of play way above the way that they've played all season. They don't get that advantage with the Patriots. The Patriots played just fine in the outside weather. Brady throws the ball just fine in the cold. So we're not going to see that natural weather advantage that they had over the Colts. Now they do have a small advantage playing at Arrowhead, as it's a home game. You always have a slight advantage being the home dog. So I guess that might be the only reason people are thinking it, because one of my main bases is common opponents when I really broke down these two games, or broke down this game. And I wanted to use the Chargers because the Chargers are a good team. Now, Mahomes and company struggled to beat the Chargers in their last game. We're going to use the most recent games against the teams, not both games this season, because they did beat them in the regular season. The Chiefs beat the Chargers, but I don't remember them blowing them out in the first game. They lost the second game, and they didn't score over 30 points. It was the only time all season, and they struggled to find any kind of rhythm against the Chargers defense. Now, this is the same Chargers team that the Patriots just dismantled. 42-28 really was 41-28 really was 41-22, garbage time touchdown, and really 41-15 if you want to. That other touchdown was garbage time. You can't really argue it wasn't. The Patriots quit playing in about halfway through the third quarter. So, yeah, that is what it is. I don't trust their defense still, because if they struggled with the Chargers defense, Mahomes is going to have a nightmare with what the Patriots are running right now, as they just stifled the Chargers. Now, the offense of the Patriots, we've already seen them be able to score 43 on the Chiefs. And we just watched the Patriots score 41 on the Chargers. I don't think that the Chiefs came anywhere close to scoring 41 on the Chargers defense this year. Yeah, and I just think that there's a couple. I think Brady and Belichick are going to outclass, outcoach, and outplay Mahomes and Reid. I think Andy Reid, though he is a formidable opponent, I think Belichick kind of has the guy's number. They beat him in a Super Bowl already. I believe they've. I don't remember the. I mean, they've beaten him in the regular season. Sure, Andy Reid has, but okay, like this isn't the regular season. Um, but yeah, I just think the Patriots. I don't think the Chiefs are going to have the weather on their side because the Patriots are a cold weather team. I think Mahomes is going to. I don't think he's going to play bad, but I just don't think he's going to play well enough to beat the New England Patriots. Bill Belichick has a reputation, a history of just sort of dismantling young quarterbacks in the playoffs. Um, and you can't really deny that history, regardless of how good he is. Another fun fact: the only time Brady's ever lost in a championship game, in the AFC Championship game, was to Peyton Manning. He's been to a lot of these, and nobody but the Sheriff can beat Brady in this game. So I like the way history goes. I like the way that it just seems to be a thing that the only person who can beat Brady in the playoffs is the Mannings, and apparently whatever his name is, Foles. But that's neither here nor there. It all comes really basically down to, can the Chiefs play the way they did against the Colts? My answer to that: I don't think the Chiefs can play the way they did against the Colts. They took advantage of the bad weather and they were able to get the W. Um, Arrowhead is still cursed for the Chiefs. They took advantage of finally the environment. They played well. They outcoached a first-year coach. That was really all it really, like, Andy Reid just outcoached a guy who's first-year coaching. Okay, you're not going to outcoach Belichick, and I think when it comes down to it, they're pretty evenly matched teams. Obviously the Chiefs have a far better roster, but the experience, the leadership, the motivation, the having been there, the lack of ability of the coach of the Chiefs, the lack of experience on the Chiefs in this kind of game, the magnitude of the game, the scale of the game, I think is going to be too big for the entire Chiefs team, including the coaching, including the just the quarterback, the offense. I think they choke. And that's weird to say because Mahomes really hasn't choked yet this year, but this is going to be a different game and a different scale. The Patriots has been there, done that. We know how to win in this game. Andy Reid has a history of not being good in the playoffs, has a history of not being good against, this is not Andy Reid's moment. It's going to take a lot for the Chiefs to overcome a lot of problems, a lot of history with them to beat the Patriots, who just have no issue in this game. That's why I think the Patriots win. Coaching, quarterback play, better defense. I trust the Patriots defense to make more stops than the Chiefs could ever dream of making in this game. Yes, the Chiefs defense played well against a team that wasn't ready for the weather. The Patriots will be ready for the weather. Doesn't bother them one bit. I think the actual inclement weather will affect the Chiefs more than it will affect the Patriots. If it becomes a running game, the Patriots got 3 running backs and the Chiefs have a couple. And I like the Patriots running backs a lot more than I like the Chiefs. 1. So, plus I also like the Patriots' ability to game plan and prepare a lot better than what Andy Reid's going to be able to do. I trust Belichick and the Patriots staff to contain and get rid of Mahomes. And we'll see. We'll see how this game goes, but I'm pretty sure for a lot of those reasons, it's the Patriots game, 27-20, which sets up the Super Bowl of Los Angeles and New England. Kind of like how I predicted, the Patriots versus the Rams. Winner is the New England Patriots, and potentially maybe Brady retires with the Super Bowl ring off into the sunset. I highly doubt it. But what that brings me to, though, these are my predictions for the NFL award predictions NFL season 2018 and 19. I just want to show you something. I thought the offensive rookie of the year was going to be DJ Moore. I was wrong. It's going to be Baker Mayfield. It happens. I thought the Panthers would have a bigger year. Whatever. Defensive rookie of the year I thought would have been Broncos Bradley Chubb. If it wasn't for Darius Leonard and Derwin James, the way they played, I might have been correct. I thought the offensive player of the year was going to be Drew Brees. Probably going to be Patrick Mahomes. I just didn't expect Mahomes to throw fucking 4,000 to have the season he had. I don't think anyone expected it. I thought the defensive player of the year was going to be Myles Garrett. Not a bad pick, I thought. I thought the MVP of the year would have been Drew Brees. Could still happen depending on how the voters want to do it, but it's probably going to Mahomes. Coach of the year I thought was going to be Kyle Shanahan for the 49ers. Goddamn was I wrong about that, but I thought they were going to have Jimmy G and Jerick McKinnon. You know, however things change. You can actually read my notes down there. Breakout player of the year, not a real award. Patrick Mahomes. I knew he was going to have a big year. I thought he'd break out, but not to the tune that he did. The breakdown player of the year I thought would be Adrian Peterson. I thought we'd see the wheels fall off, not have a career resurging year. Dead wrong about that. Now, let's see. My NFL, let's see. Playoff picture. This is what I thought the AFC playoffs were going to be. Got the wild card dead on, except for the seeding. The Texans and the Chargers. I actually got that kind of wrong. It was the Texans, or the Chargers and the Colts were the wild card teams. Pretty close, a little off. Divisions. I thought the Broncos would win the AFC West. Believe it or not, I thought the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to win the North, as most people probably did. The Jaguars. I was one of the people who bought in. Everybody. I bought hard into the Jags, and I thought the Patriots would win and get home field advantage. Let's see. We will go to the AFC Championship, the winner of the AFC. I thought the Patriots will be hosting the Steelers for the AFC title and the right to play in the Super Bowl, and the winner was the New England Patriots. So I had Patriots playing the Steelers, dead wrong on one of them, right on with one of the teams in the AFC Championship game. Now let's go ahead and look at my prediction for the NFC playoff picture. This is hilarious. Boy, was I wrong on a lot of these teams. I think I only had 3 of them right. Out of 6 teams, I only got 3 right. The Panthers and the Lions I thought would win the wild card slots. Wrong and dead wrong. New Orleans Saints I thought would finish the 4 seed. Was wrong. I thought the Vikings would finish with the number 3 seed. Dead wrong. The Eagles would get a 2 seed. I didn't expect them to fall apart this hard this year, but they still made the playoffs. And I thought the Rams would win have the best record in the NFL actually. And then we have all the way down to the NFC Championship game. The number 3 seed Vikings will travel to the 1 seed. So I thought the Vikings would have played the Rams in the NFL or in the NFC Championship game. Was right about one team, and I thought the Rams would win, which led to the Super Bowl of the Patriots versus the Rams. And look at what the prediction I made all the way back on September 2nd. Patriots 1, play Rams 1. It will be 2 versus 2 now, actually, and the winner is the New England Patriots, and I predicted that Brady might walk away into the sunset. Now let me look at my other prediction. How similar is that? Number 2 Los Angeles versus number 2 New England. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put the Patriots as a number 1 seed. That's my bad. Winner New England Patriots. Brady retires. How cool would that be if I predicted the Super Bowl again? Again, though, really fast, I think the Rams are going to beat the Saints 31-28. And I think the Patriots will win 27-20. Those are my NFL Championship conference predictions. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. What are your picks for these 2 games? Let me know. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. As you can tell, I'm very good about commenting on people's, opinions, what they think of my videos. With just anything in general. If you want to tell me about how your day is going, like your cat's sick or something, I'll comment back. I'll try to make you feel better. So, just comment and I'll comment back. Like the video if something you like. I am expecting a load of dislikes in this video because I may be picking against someone's team. It's nothing personal against your team. I think these are the 4 best teams in the NFL. And there's no disrespect meant against picking against your team. So try not to dislike the video just because I didn't pick your team. Alright, all you did it in the NFL. My last video with picks, you all disliked it because I didn't pick the Cowboys and the Saints to win. And sorry, but they weren't. I didn't expect that. Whatever. Just like the video. Try to withhold the dislikes, but it's fine. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, so here we are. We're at the AFC and NFC Championship games. Who you got? Let me know down below. Go Patriots, go. Let's go. We can get back to our 3rd straight Super Bowl. Let's do it. Woo! Go Pats.